It's Lindsay. This is me in quarantine, wearing my quarantine comfy outfit, baking, and I'm going to talk about the chapter that I was assigned for this project, which was chapter 10. And that chapter is about emotion and motivation. And within that chapter, it talks about hunger, which is why I'm here, baking, and making cinnamon rolls. So in this chapter also talks about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and theories that explain why hunger happens and how our body reacts to hunger. Wow. Did you know that when you feel hungry and your stomach is telling you that you feel hungry, it means that there are actual physical contractions going on inside of your stomach? The actual stomach contractions that we felt because of hunger were discovered by having a volunteer swallow a balloon. I spilled some butter. Oops. Swallow a balloon, and when the balloon inflated, it made the person hungry, and the balloon would feel those hunger pains and transmit the signal back to the person studying, this volunteer. And that is how we found out the hunger pains and contractions are a real thing when we're hungry, which is cool. Bam! Another thing involved with hunger is hormones. Now, I used to think that hormones were only involved in like puberty, but that is wrong because they are tiny chemical messengers that are involved in basically everything we do, including hunger, which is what I'm feeling right now, so I can eat these cinnamon rolls. There are 3 hormones that are involved in hunger. That is ghrelin, insulin, and orexin. I'm assuming insulin is the only one you've heard of. That is the only one that I've heard of. Ghrelin is secreted by your empty stomach, which lets your body know that you're hungry. Let's do a taste test.
All right.
Here, you try it first. Tell me if you like it.
That's really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Insulin is involved in the decrease of appetite. Insulin is secreted by the pancreas. Orexin is also hunger stimulating, but it is secreted by the hypothalamus. So. Obviously, cravings are also involved with hunger. Obviously right now I am craving something sweet, which is something that I usually always crave, something sweet. But somebody across the world, like in Asia, might be craving something salty rather than sweet. So our taste buds can vary based on cultures and areas of the world that we're in. I've come outside to finish talking about my finished cinnamon rolls and more about chapter 10 and hunger. In chapter 10, another thing that's talked about is how cravings influence what we're eating. I mean, it influenced me to make these cinnamon rolls. For example, psychologists talk about the ecology of eating, which is basically how different situations can affect how much we eat, where we eat, and why we eat. There are a few situational influences that our book talks about in chapter 10. That is friends and food, serving size is significant, selections stimulate, and nudging nutrition. An example of some of these is friends and foods. Let's say you're going out to eat with some friends. Usually, because you're out with friends, because you're having a good time, you would tend to eat more food in those situations. In the nudging nutrition example, one way that this is shown is if a school cafeteria puts out carrots before the chicken nuggets, for example, kids are more likely going to choose the carrots than the chicken nuggets. So that's where nudging nutrition, ecology of eating is being influenced there. Everybody knows hunger is something that we feel every day, whether you want it or not. Until I read this chapter, I didn't know that there was so much that went into it, if I'm being honest. I hope that you learned a little bit from this video. I hope it was helpful learning about what makes us hungry and how we get hungry. And I hope you enjoyed watching me make cinnamon rolls in quarantine. Stay safe out there, social distance yourselves, and see you next year.